We've got an opportunity over the course of the next couple of weeks to talk with some of our favorite coaches across the state and their quarterbacks in the series QB1, presented by our friends at GoRout. And here to talk with us are the Tyler Legacy Raiders. We're joined by Coach Joe Willis and his quarterback, Bruce Bruckner. Guys, how are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Oh,
look cozy there.
I'm trying. I'm trying to stay comfortable as best I can here during football season. Coach, let me ask you a little bit about the gentleman to your left. I know you coached some good quarterbacks in your time. It seems like you got another one sitting next to you. When we talk about Bruce and what he brings to the table, what is it that really sets him apart? And yeah, Bruce, I'm going to make him brag on you with you sitting right next to him.
Well, the thing about Bruce is, he had a year basically to understudy, which I think is really important. He got a chance to sit back as a backup last year behind Trent Adams and basically watch for a year, learn the system, learn the scheme. Did a really good job of it. Mental reps, I think, are really important for young quarterbacks, and he went through that process. So this year, he comes into it with some understanding of what's going on, and all he really needed was a playing experience. So started off first game. Things have gone really well. We actually have 3 quarterbacks in our system. We have a young sophomore quarterback that's doing the same thing he did last year. We've got a senior quarterback who comes in, is really our Wildcat quarterback, starter on defense. So one of the things that I like about Bruce is he is always there paying attention, no matter what grouping we're in, personnel grouping. He's always coaching up the other guys. And that's important as a quarterback, that not only you understand the system, but you're able to teach it. So those are the things I really appreciate about Bruce.
Bruce, let me ask you, Coach mentioned that you were an understudy last year, kind of growing up in the system. How do you feel like you've seen your game grow the most?
One of the biggest things is just understanding the offense. I think last year, and understanding and maturing in the offense, kind of understanding how it works, the option, reading, stuff like that.
Yeah, most certainly. And I think you can see that in the tape whenever you watch it. It's been impressive to see. Coach, let me ask you, this is brought to you by our friends at GoRout. I know you're a guy who has used the GoRout system before with your practices. How does it help you make your practices more efficient and effective?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the GoRout system is one of the best I've seen. For years, we starting all the way back to when Chad Morris was at Lake Travis, and I was at Cedar Park as defensive coordinator. We've always struggled. Okay, how do we prepare for tempo teams? How do we do that? We have 2 huddles because often, your scout team, you might have 1 good scout team. You're certainly not going to have 2 good scout teams. So how did that look? And, we played with certain ways of practicing, but whenever I saw the GoRout system, I thought, hey, that's exactly what we need to be working on. We've got tempo teams that we play. Obviously, in our district, Rockwall does a great job with their tempo, and Rockwall Heat does too. So it was important for us to be able to line those scout teams up and be able to operate and practice the way that the game is going to go. And I think that's what it does more than anything, is it allows us to practice at a pace that's more like game-like.
And Bruce, finally, I want to ask you a little bit about what the next steps for you. Obviously you're a senior, you're guiding this legacy team during the course of the playoffs. I'm interested from your perspective, what's that next step for you to go from being an already established, very good quarterback to an elite one?
I think the biggest thing for me to take that step is just understanding what I have to do to know the defense. And I feel like sometimes I rush things and I don't let it play out, and I get locked on to one thing, and I can't just let it do progressions and go from 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah, most certainly. And I feel like that's a natural growth of quarterbacks, right?
Yes, sir. Oh, you definitely just understanding that it's not middle school football. You can't just throw to that one guy. You got to be able to learn how to progress and know where to go and see what they give you and react to what the defense give you.
They're the Tyler Legacy Raiders head coach Joe Willis and his quarterback Bruce Bruckner. Guys, appreciate your time. Congratulations on a great season so far, and looking forward to seeing what you guys do.
Thank you. Go Raiders.